2TC is an achievement in Bloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to complete a game with just 2 towers. Today we're going to be doing this with the Ultra-Juggernaut and the Dark Champion. We're going to utilize the straight line along here for our top half Dark Monkey, which is why we're placing our Dark Monkey over there, although we do have ourselves a bit of a problem and I should have gone with more range at first. Yeah, having more range is far better than having more pierce to begin this endeavor. It is about 5 weeks or so until the spooky season commences, but what do you think we could do throughout the October month? I'm actually on holiday for a little bit throughout October, the beginning of October, so I'll definitely have some videos planned for when I'm gone, but what would you like to see? Our placement's just good enough, but I should have placed our Dark Monkey slightly more to the right here so that the Spiker Pole ball is constantly along the line rather than going towards the right hand side of the line. If you're wondering what the soundtrack is, it's called Haunted House. I believe it is a limited time OST that can be purchased throughout the Halloween season, or you can actually purchase it right now within the store with enough trophies. Let's see, yellow balloons. Never trust those yellow balloons, if you know what I mean. On the channel we suffer a lot from yellow balloon death screens. Pink balloons, luckily they're partially damaged because they go down to green balloon. I wish we could actually have this the same as the Darting Gunner, where it just fires continuously rather than when a balloon is in sight, but that'd be a little bit too OP for this particular Dark Monkey. This isn't the best map for the top half Dark Monkey. Hedge or Moon Landing would be better, or even like Sulphur Springs would be better as well, but I don't fancy spending hours on end trying to perfect the microing of a 202 Dark Monkey on Sulphur Springs so that you can go up to Spiker Pole. No thank you! Struggling a little bit with these regrow balloons, and now we're struggling with these balloons over here. I wish I'd placed the Dark Monkey slightly more to the right, just because of what's happening right now. Can we do this? Oh, come on. I need to execute it there, but then again, that regrow yellow balloon has been annoying. I just feel like I'm sending it down the lane too late because of the regrow yellows not popping. Now, I'm going to restart this. I'm going to place you slightly further to right because this is infuriating me now. Okay, Spiker Pole, what does it look like? No, we have to restart this again. What about now? That's much better. That is what I'm looking for. You travel down that straight line rather than go off the track and miss the targets at the back of the map. As of the time of this recording, there are certain tier 5 towers which on record seem really easy to get a 2 mega pops with. So for example, Perma Spike has lots of records, Carpet of Spikes has lots of records, but recently, in the past few updates, Ninja Kiwi has nuked the Middle Path Spike Factory. So I think it is functionally impossible to get the Carpet of Spikes 2 Megapops nowadays. It just is. You can't afford it. You can't be able to actually get the upgrades in order to actually get it, because everything is too crap nowadays with that particular Spike Factory. The times in which the spike piles on the track are decreased nowadays. The damage in which they do is being decreased nowadays. The attack rate of the Middle Path Spike Factory as a whole has been decreased. It's like Ninja Kiwi hates certain towers. They don't want the player to be able to feel like that they're actually getting some fulfillment out of certain towers, and then from there be able to do stuff with them. But no. And also the recharge time has been again and again, like the past 3 or 4 updates, Ninja Kiwi keeps deciding, you know what, no, you're going to wait even longer to get your ability back. Anyways, rant over. We've got ourselves a Super Monkey now, which hopefully I will be able to progress forward in this scenario that much easier now. Let's get knocked back, because I've been trying for like a few weeks now to come up with a strategy in order to actually get Carpet of Spikes 2 Megapops, but throughout all of my tries, throughout all my trials and error, it's not the Carpet of Spikes that's the issue, it's getting it! It's been able to afford the tower in the first place. That is the problem. So some people probably think, well, the sun teleport has to be incredibly easy because that's so powerful. But it's over 100k. You got to keep that in mind when in a game of chimps. Get Ultra Vision, and then do I want Laser Blast, then Plasma Blast, or just go to Dark Knight? Yeah, I think we're just going to go to Dark Knight, honestly, just so that we are guaranteed to be able to pop the Moab around 40. And then we'll go to, like, Laser Blast and Plasma Blast, and then Ultra-Juggernaut, honestly. Like, there have been records of just Juggernaut and Dark Champion. I'm not about that life. I don't want to try and make myself suffer through that, because I still feel like with Ultra-Juggernaut, I'm going to suffer anyways as a result. If you're new to the channel and wonder why I'm like this, I'm not usually like this at all. It's like I've been trying to do this one thing for a few weeks now, and I simply cannot do it because of Ninja Kiwi nerfing a certain tower to oblivion. So yeah, just that, guys. The Spy Factory is not a good tower nowadays. It's only really good for around 100 as a means of whittling down the bad's health. That's it. The upside is that we do more damage with the top path. The downside is we do have a problem with purple balloons. Oh dear, why'd you make an upgrade in which then it does worse against another kind of target? But I suppose that's also true with the Dartling Gunner's top path. So that's something that they have in common. They go from sharp to energy to plasma, and then at some point back to normal. Well, I say back to normal, I mean to normal. They didn't start with normal. That would be kind of that would be an alchemist move there, or a glue move once it gets corrosive glue. Let's see, rest of round 49, managed to clear the ceramics just fine. We can also move our Dark Knight about whenever we want to with its, what's supposed to call it, makeshift. It's dark shift ability. Makeshift.com. Oh, we should get Ultra-Juggernaut now, so we do that. A bonus damage against ceramic balloons, fortified balloons, and lead balloons. Pretty swell. But also that huge amount of pierce as well. You could go middle path of that extended range or pierce. Is it? I've been told that both cross paths now grant additional pierce, but it just feels like we get so little pierce with the top cross path. But maybe that's just my observation skills, but I don't know. I don't delve into the coding of the game to find out what a particular attack does. And when you have this upgrade or that external buff or this external buff, how it contributes towards the overall numbers and statistics of that particular tower. I don't like going inside the game. Number one, I don't have the talents to do so, and number two, it's a bit intrusive. Round 62, fortified Moabs, be gone. Round 63, this is Ultra-Juggernaut time. Just like so. Did get pierce counts there because the projectile stopped there. Look at that. Yeah, it kind of stops over here. So it is a pretty big pierce count, but it's still a noticeable pierce count to say the least. Once the ceramics get popped and then they multiply downwards like rainbows, etc., then you do notice that pierce cap. I couldn't really find any spooky skins for the Moab and the BFB, so I thought, well, this looks like the Moab Molar, and it's got teeth, so we'll go with that. And BFB lanterns. Sometimes you like go out on Halloween with a light source so that you can see where you're going. Like in the olden days, you would have lanterns. You don't have like electronic torches, so you would have something akin to a lantern or like a candle of sorts. So I'm thinking that could be that. ZUMGs, obviously the pumpkin skin is very appropriate. DDTs, spiders. A lot of people out there have arachnophobia, and the bad, well, scary welly bad. Also, every time a balloon is popped, they do have bones inside of them, despite being light and just full of helium. They do indeed have human bones inside them. Or maybe it is all of the monkeys in which the balloons have defeated. That's probably it. Stuff them inside there to reinforce their helium shell. Exactly 23.4k away from the Dark Champion. That was 50k then. That would be exact. I'm also going to move you out of the way so that the Ultra-Juggernaut can do its work on round 76. It won't be able to reach the ceramics out here, but more weapons and stuff most definitely. Oh, thank goodness one of the little Ultra-Juggernaut balls managed to get to it. Would you mind having some more Pierce, please? Yeah, these grouped BFBs can pose a little bit of a problem. Yeah, for a tower like this, you would honestly think that it would have more Pierce, but nah. That's too easy. Update 45 predictions. They're going to nerf the middle path spike factory again. They're going to, once again, increase the price of Sky Shredder. What else is there going to be? They're going to change all normal damage types to something else in which it's not going to be normal in order to further incentivize the use of BMIB. So let's say with your, let's say top path spike factory. That changes from sharp to shatter whenever you get the white hot spikes. Even though it could go through lead, it doesn't go through lead. Acid will be replaced by plasma. What other ways could Ninja Kiwi go about making it so that it's hard as possible to do a 2-tower chimp scenario? Or even a 2 megapop scenario for that matter. Let's see. The zombies, their damage type goes from normal to, I would say, energy, because it's life force matter within the undead, so it wouldn't be able to go through metal. Necromancer, I don't know. With the Dark Champion, they will give it some extra damage, but they will remove the normal damage type. They'll make round 79 so that rather than dealing with rainbow regrows, you deal with ceramic regrows instead. Very fun. All of these sound stupid and obviously not confirmed, but I honestly feel like at times Ninja Kiwi doesn't really know what they're really doing when it comes to like updates. It feels like there's like a quota they would need to reach when it comes to like particular towers, so they need to have this amount of changes made to a particular tower. But then again, when it comes to other towers like Grandmaster Ninja and Crossbow Master, they're like, even though we should change these because it's been a huge amount of time since they have been changed, we're gonna not touch those because we're very happy with where they are. Like Spike Storm, that was really good before all of their nerfs. Like, it didn't need... Oh my god, look at that, Excellent. But that could just be me being incredibly hyperbolic, and then these changes are through statistical means, like, okay, people are extremely reliant on this particular tower in order to do this sort of thing. But then again, people have been coming out with like combination videos of the giant condor and the bottom path of the mermonkey as a permanent stalling means, as a permanent means of keeping everything on one track. Like, for me personally, I find no enjoyment in really difficult maps, even though people say that the incredibly difficult maps of the game are incredibly easy. So people will say that Glacial Trail is incredibly easy. People will say that Ballons is incredibly easy. Or Dark Castle. Actually, that is an easier map than the others that I mentioned. What else? Dark Dungeons is incredibly easy. Quad is incredibly easy. Ravine is incredibly easy. This is all coming from a perspective of a person that has had that kind of practice in the game and uses that kind of knowledge as a leverage to say to people, no, you're wrong, it's incredibly easy because I was managing to do it, so therefore you have to be able to do it. And if you're not able to do it, then you're a crap player of the game and you don't deserve to play the game altogether. And that is kind of a elitist standpoint within the community where people think that they have leverage over others because they're able to do a certain thing within a game. If I was like that with, let's say, a tier 3 mortar 2 megapops, then I would just be a complete arsehole. And though I mention this sort of stuff quite frequently in my videos, I don't like mentioning it at all. I mention it because I care, and I hate the fact that the community sometimes goes down this really dark rabbit hole where you have to be good at a certain thing at the game in order to have a valid opinion. Round 90, DDT territory, you all go down thanks to the might of the Dark Champion. But Ninja we have nuked a lot of towers as normal damage type. Attack Zone did have normal damage type. The big one and the biggest one had normal damage type. They've changed, I believe there are other ones in which they changed as well, their damage typing. And it's like, if those changes need to be made. The Defender, that's another one. Do they need to change that from normal to sharp? Like, some changes are necessary. So let's say, for example, the Relentless Glue. That was a much necessary change where, rather than leaving a glob of glue on the track, it stuns popped balloons instead. And now the top half glue gunner now has the globs on the track, which actually benefits it more than not having it in the first place, because then you can benefit from well, not being able to glue a particular balloon because the glob on the track managed to glue it instead or damage it instead. What other things? Oh, here's an unnecessary change. The glob on the track left by the glue gunner of the top cross path or top path, that no longer affects camo balloons, which means that the only 2-tower chimps you was able to do with the balloon solver is now impossible. And because of that same change, it means that a potential 2-tower chimps with a balloon solver and the final harmonic is also impossible as well, because the gloss on the track no longer innately target camo balloons. Anyways, I'm going to put you down here. So there are some changes throughout the game that I don't personally feel that are necessary and more or less hinder the player rather than make things more balanced, because in some cases balancing is good, but in other cases balancing is just really unnecessary, cryptic, very difficult for the player. And some like patch note stuffs within the patch notes within the game don't make any sense or aren't that descriptive enough. So let's say, for example, the big one and the biggest one, they changed its damage type from normal to explosive. It was stated with the big one that the damage type was changed, but not the biggest one. It should be more clear that both upgrades received the same nerf, rather than coming up with the speculation of a player where, okay, so if the big one's also has been changed, then the biggest one has also been changed. Like, some things should be put on paper rather than always being left to the players as speculation as to okay, so obviously this other tower has also been changed because a previous upgrade has also been changed. Like, I get why, but in other cases I don't get why. Also, round 98 is a little bit of an annoyance. Why are you being so weak, Dark Champion? Again, lack of pierce. Lack of pierce. Why aren't you doing anything to these ceramics? I thought you were an excellent ceramic killer. But I guess not. Okay, I'm going to put you over here as a change so that you can not be blocked by a particular target. Also, certain changes with Geraldo, like why is his pickles being nerfed? Why have the duration of the Jerry's fire been nerfed? Why is sharpening stone being nerfed? Like, a lot of these things which are really good are now either incredibly selective or just straight outright crap within the game. Okay, round 98. Oh, come off it. Let's move you midway through the round. Okay, the ceramics are kind of getting large in numbers, but the ceramics should be dealt with by the Ultra-Juggernaut, not by the Dark Champion. But alas, this is my fate at the moment. Okay, come on now. That is all of the fortified balloons squashed, so it's just down to the Xeon G's and variant size to be dealt with, but we can still get pierce camped. We can still fail here. Okay, round 99. DDTs. Let's just punch these DDTs early on within the round, and hopefully that does it. I was expecting some of the ceramics to make it all the way down here, but alas, that is not necessary. Okay, I'm going to put you down here now. You won't be able to reach everywhere across here, aside from this corner here, and possibly this corner here, and up here as well. Also, top cross path is better for single target damage. Obviously, Pierce always find that the middle cross path is better, but in this case, not necessary. Okay, Sketty Weddy is going to go down. Go down, please, Sketty Weddy. Good, good. Now, just for pumpkins, I love myself a pumpkin spice latte. Ever since I was put back on the menu for Starbucks, I've always been having it before going to work. And that is it, folks. Sorry that the video in itself was a little bit negative, but I also wanted to get this little conversation off of my chest. It's better to let out these sort of things rather than keep them bottled and contained, because over time you'll be able to see long-termly that bottling up feelings is not good for you, and it's not good for your mental health as well. So letting it out in a constructive, non-ragey way is good. Alternatively, you can have like a stress ball, or if you've got like a punching bag, then you can practice punching on that. I'm not condoning violence, by the way. I'm condoning self-defense as an example. Anyways, everybody, actually that one could have been 224 rather than 204, as in like available cross paths. That you have to have camera detection for, by the way. There's no way you could do this without camera detection. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video and the topics in which we talked about today down in the comment sections below. Thank you all so much for watching. I am thoroughly appreciative of each and every single one of you that have clicked the like button, commented down below, and subscribed to the channel. We are very, very close now to 10,000 subscribers, and you know what that means. Oh yeah, by the way, I find a tier 3 mortar easier to do a 2 megaplops on than a tier 5 spike factory. I honestly think that the perma spikes cost is more bearable than the Carpler spikes, which is over 45k on hard mode. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone, and take care of yourselves.